Hello and welcome back, honoured viewer, to the Rest of Japan channel. After a brief googling, you found that the Shinkansen line to Fuji leaves from pretty much all of the stations in Tokyo. So you head down to your local Shinkansen line, buy a ticket, grab your luggage and jump on board. About an hour or so later, you found that you're at your destination of Shin-Fuji Station. There she is, in all of her glory, Mount Fuji. It's a common mistake, however, that just going to the Shin-Fuji Station, you're suddenly at Mount Fuji. Whilst yes, technically you are at least within eyeshot of Mount Fuji, you're still a good couple of hours away from actually being at the Mount Fuji, there's air quotes there by the way, that most people think of. There's the premium outlet shops, which we'll be covering a little bit later on in this video too. And that's pretty much one of the main places that a lot of tourists will go to. And us being tourists, we went there as well. There's a few main ways that people do tend to arrive at Fuji City. The number one being, of course, is the Shin-Fuji Shinkansen, which is how we got there, of course. We decided to come here as a sort of break between our trip. We were heading off to Nara, a bit of foreshadowing for a future video. And we decided just to stop here just for a night so we could have a look at Mount Fuji. Because there's every possibility that we wouldn't get to see the sweet little mountain this trip. But no, we were in luck. We managed to see it, as I mentioned before, with the little cloud hat. This is the hotel we're staying in, the Toyoko Inn. A very nice hotel by all accounts. It is something of a business hotel, they call them, so they do cater to the smaller sort of room sizes, and generally speaking they're, I guess, cheaper, a bit easier to access. Absolutely nothing wrong with it though. Very comfortable, the rooms are decent size. Wouldn't go so far as to call it palatial, but it's still a good size. And they've got very basic but efficient facilities too. Downstairs has a free breakfast in the mornings, which is also it's a surprise. You don't see free breakfasts in hotels in most places in the world, so that's good. But as we're out and about, checking out a bit more of the rest of Japan, I thought it might be fun to go for a bit of a walk to a local supermarket. And this particular brand is called E-Spot, which I've never been to. That's why I thought it'd be fun to go for a bit of a walk and a bit of a look. We are in low light mode and there's a few cars aiming straight at us, so I'm not sure how that's going to come out in the footage after the fact. But so far, seems to look alright on their little screen. I don't know what the locals are going to be thinking about. Like the weird foreigners walking with their camera out. But oh well, here we are. So this is essentially Mount Fuji. Well, that's not true, Mount Fuji is behind us. But we're within the base of Mount Fuji. So we could probably turn around, and if it wasn't cloudy, we'd be able to see it. Otherwise, not this evening. Not this evening. Look both ways before crossing the road. Got someone coming on what I assume to be a bicycle or something. And over that way is something too. I'll wait for this car, and I think we'll get a move on. Cars, plural in fact. Okay, and away we go. Very interesting, some of the old architecture you get here. So within the space of a brand new looking supermarket, and then just next to it there's a torii gate and a shrine of some description. Can't say I'm a professional on the matter. But anyway, I think that'll do us for a little walk and back to it. And with that said, successfully managed to buy some delicious drinks from the supermarket. At a fraction of the cost as it is overseas too, might I add. See a hotel off in the distance there. I think we'll slowly make our way over once it's safe. Looking, of course, left and right, as you would do to stay safe on the roads. There's not too much of a sight at night, but you can see these fun little, the markers I suppose for the roadworks and the barriers, they're flickering away like Christmas lights. It looks quite fun. There's the Shinkansen in the distance, bulleting past at some 300 kilometers an hour. course the hotel just there. It's worth noting as well that it's like 400 degrees out at the moment. Well, okay, a bit of a lie, it's probably about 29, but also very humid. This makes for a interestingly sweaty walk. But thankfully we managed to get some washing done. So all my clothes that I've been sweating in for the last week are all refreshed and they feel clean and nice, which is good. Part of the journey of traveling, especially when somewhere like Japan, is getting out and seeing stuff, and you are going to, spill a bit of ramen on yourself. No, just me. But anyway, I digress. It's nice to have clean clothes anyway. But now that we're back at the hotel, I might go enjoy some of these tasty beverages that I procured. Toodaloo. I imagine you thought that we were going to be hungover there, but no. Whilst I did enjoy a little beverage, we do drink responsibly here. Now instead we rented some e-bicycles and we rode out to a dragon tower, it's called. It's not too far, it was about a 10 or 15 minute ride. Gives you nice views panoramically from the harbour all around Fuji itself. Of course, one of the biggest problems is that Fuji was hiding behind clouds as usual. Those bicycles were rented from the Shin-Fuji Information Center, which is inside the station, and it cost us 700 yen per person for the whole day, which is very reasonable. Now, of course, you can't cycle everywhere, as nice as that would be, but instead we wanted to go to Gotemba so we could check out those premium outlet malls. We decided to go to the JR rail station and catch the train up there, which took about an hour or so, but once we arrived there we hopped off at the station, had a rather delicious cup of coffee at a nice little place right by the station entrance. The owner was very cool, it's good to talk to, and then of course we made our way to the Onsen. We're at an onsen in Gotemba, and what an absolutely gorgeous onsen it is. We rented this private onsen bath for 5,500 yen, which equates to about 55 Australian dollars at the time of filming. I'm not sure what that is in US currency, but whatever it is, it's totally worth it. As you can see, you have your very own beautiful private bath, a gorgeous little area where you can have a nice little shower. See me in the mirror, of course, and then you've got the inside with tatami mats. It comes resplendent with another big mirror, a basin, some basic amenities. You're given an hour for that 5,500 yen, and you can use every minute of it very easily in a place like this. Just absolutely stunning. Very, very nice. The post-onsen facilities were absolutely wonderful. You can see there's a library here. There's even a little sleeping area, so if you wanted to have a little bit of a nap. I'm not allowed to have naps in these sorts of places because I snore, so I'm pretty sure I would get run out of the country if they heard me snoring in a place like that. But nevertheless, there's snacks and there's some treats, and you can enjoy yourself a nice quiet area after a wonderful little bath. Anyway, with that all said, honoured viewer, once again, thank you very much for taking the time to watch these videos. We still have a lot more to go. We've definitely got to get back to Japan again whenever we can. But remember to subscribe to the channel so we can keep you updated with future content. Also, I wasn't kidding about the booze prices, was I?